Hey guys, and welcome back to the Bear Strength Training Log. You're joining me today on deadlift day. This is a heavy day. So I'm going to be working up to 5 heavy doubles at about 85% today. So, you can see here I'm warming up with 135 again. Working on being explosive, working on getting the technique dialed in for some of the heavier work. Down to 225 and 275. So here my butt's still shooting up a little more than I'd like to. I need to crank back and pull the slack out of the bar a little more on these reps, which you'll see in my, I describe how to do in my deadlift instructional video. Make it real tight. I'm managing to stay tight, but I'm not getting back into the bar enough and sending my weight back. So you can see my hips shoot up a little bit and my shoulders come forward just a touch. So moving on to the working set, 350 for 2 reps. Set 2. So working on that hip rise is something I've been really focusing on. You can see I'm starting to crank back a little bit more through the rep as I try to correct it. And it's something I will get better at. Notice I'm deadlifting in socks again. It's always good to deadlift in as low and flat of a shoe as possible. So I find socks to be ideal. You really don't want to be in a sneaker with a squishy sole. You want to be as close to the ground as you can so you don't have to pull the bar as far, and as well as having a nice strong surface to press into. When you use a raised heel, or if you have a squishy shoe, you're on an unstable surface and it's not very good. We're getting a good drive and connecting to the ground with. So next, moving on to the block pulls again. So I want to talk a little bit why I train secondary barbell movements after my main lift. So if you notice in a lot of my videos, after I do my primary lift, my squat or my deadlift or my bench press or my press, I'll follow it up with another movement that is very similar but different. So strength comes specifically. If you want to get good at something, you need to train that something. The body always adapts specifically and will always grow towards what you do. If you want to get better at deadlifting, you need a deadlift. That said, you can only deadlift so many times. So, without trying to take fatigue on your body. So here I'm using different ranges of motion, utilizing the blocks first and then the deficit to change what range of motion I'm doing the reps. This changes the leg tension relationship with the muscles, and also changes the range that you have to pull through, how long the motion is, and really helps build through some muscular imbalances. The pull from blocks helps the hips a little more, helps overload the back, whereas the deficit pulls are really good for building power off the floor. So next, move on to some cable rows. We have a really high cable row machine in my gym, so I put blocks on the seat to lift it up so the handles or the cable rather is a little lower towards my belly button. The lower the cable is, the more of the lats it's going to work. The higher it is, the more of the upper back, the traps, the rear delts, and the rhomboids that is going to work. So I'm trying to get my lats to work today, so I focused on, so I raised the seats to be a little lower. Next, I did some leg press to get a little more volume for my legs. Went pretty moderately high rep with these. Again, just really trying to get some volume because I feel like my leg drive off the floor wasn't all it could be, and I'm working on bringing that up throughout this series. Trying to be really explosive off the bottom of these, and when you perform fast, it really doesn't give your muscle enough time to clear, and so it really builds up a pump really quick. Real quick. So I just switch between the presses and the rows, leg press and the rows. So just focusing on all the accessory muscles now for the deadlift. So working on my back and my lats, which are a really important muscle during the deadlift. They're really important for stabilizing your spine and keeping your back straight and flat, so that too much of the load doesn't go into your lumbar spine or your spinal erectors. The lats are really important. As are the glutes and the hamstrings. We're working now with the leg press, working on that drive off the floor. And if you look at the bottom position, it's almost the same as the deadlift. So once again, the more specific the motion that you do is, the more similar it is to the main thing you're trying to train, the better carryover it is going to have, and the more it's going to help you. That said, making everything stronger and bigger is always going to help, but to really maximize your strength in a particular movement, you need to train that movement and similar to that movement. So the different range of motion with the block pulls and the deficit pulls, or it's a slightly different stimulus, and it's a slightly different feeling that you get when you do it, and that helps translate over to the actual movement, because it teaches you something about the movement every time that you perform it. It teaches you how to engage and when to engage, so when you reach those positions during the regular movement, you're ready. So again, we're just finishing with more rows, and that basically finish it up for today, for deadlift day. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Stay tuned to Bear Strength Athletics for lots more content, more videos coming soon, instructional videos, nutritional videos, and lots more. Thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe and check us out on Facebook as well. Thanks for watching.